So let's talk about something new. Apart from this awesome Climbing Hole Review t-shirt and obviously awesome Climbing Hole Review baseball hat. Let's talk about Canada. It's a big place and there's not much here. There's not many climbing hole companies up in Canada. There's Friction, there's Technic, and now there's a new company run by Nikita and David called Redpoint Holds, way up in the north of Canada, that started this year. They're very new to the game, young couple of guys, but they've brought out some interesting holds, and we have two sets and one hold for review. Now, as this is a very Canadian themed review, and you know I'm doing my residency here even though I'm English, let's just pause and listen to the Canadian national anthem. Right, enough of that. So, 3 sets of holds. We have the Conductors, which are these 2 guys. We have the Currency Pinches, which is these 5 guys. And then we have the Coefficient. I'm going to have to move a little bit closer, otherwise you're going to wonder what the hell I'm talking about. Holds are kind of interesting. Yep. Interesting is definitely the word. They have metal eyelets on them. And I first thought, when I saw them, that is an interesting idea. Maybe I can practice putting my quick draws on them. Wrong. These are for thumb catches. Now, we've had these on the wall over at Shakti, and we've had some feedback from Dustin Curtis, our rogue sponsored athlete from CHR. These apparently do come out, which is a bit of a bummer. We've not had it happen yet. We still have both the eyelets in, and only time will tell if these are going to come loose or break or whatever. What's really funny with these holds is when climbers see them the first time, they're a little bit confused, because if we look at the first guy, there's only 2 and these are $20 a set, so it's $10 a hold, which is if I'm perfectly honest, fucking expensive. You're looking at 1 pad all the way across on these holds. Doesn't seem to have been sanded. This guy has, but this guy's flat. This guy's been sanded flat. Now, this guy, which is the other one, when you actually look at it and you're getting on it and you want to get a thumb pinch, it's the eyelet for your thumb pinch, which is a little bit gimmicky, but you know, whatever. It's actually really well placed and they're really nice holds. Good texture, kind of interesting. This guy, not so much. It's actually a little bit too steep. It should have been a little bit flatter for a really good thumb pinch, because when you come in, it doesn't work. This one doesn't work. This one's fine. This guy, not so much. And what's interesting about these holds, I noticed when I was playing with them the other day, is I actually think these holds are completely purple, and then they've got paint on them. So you can actually tell there's a texture difference between purple and yellow. This isn't mixed urethane, this is a urethane hold with a paint covering on it. And it's kind of interesting, or that's what it seems like to me when I look at them. Not a bad thing, you know, it's kind of like a very weird, subtle dual texture, but, you know, strange little holds, but they do climb really well, and admittedly I climb generally open-handed anyway, and I find that the thumb pinches on 2 perfectly good holds are pretty well useless. One of them's good, the other one's bad. I could do without them, to be honest. It's not something that I'm really too fussed about. And then we come to these. The Currency Pinches. A little bit bubbly on the back, but nothing too bad. Now, Friction make a really good set of dual texture competition pinches, like a little bit too wide, but Luigi listened to us and he made a smaller set, which we haven't actually grabbed our hands onto yet. But these are actually really nice holds. A little bit heavy, admittedly. You know, these are solid, they're not hollow backed or anything, but they're really solid holds. You know, you're not going to knock out a black bear with them, but they're pretty goddamn good holds. You know, like you're looking at a pad and a half. There's 5 of these guys, and they're $55 pad. And then you've got these really nice radius, super open hand slopes if you want it. You know, if someone gives me a pinch, but if I can get on it with a slope, I'm going to use it as a slope. You know, these guys are kind of good. You know, if you're being good, edge, edge, slope, different slope. You know, there's 4 ways of using this hold, and there's a really nice little RP for Redpoint climbing holds. Number 2 of this set, great big, huge, fat guy, like really wide, like about as wide as I really want to pinch, to be honest. 2 pads. Oh Jesus, 2 pads. Then nice flat edge, you can get a lot of skin on it. And again, really nice flat edge, you can get about 2 pads on this guy. It's a really nice looking simple holds. I love simple holds. We at CHR, after 6 years, it's been 6 years, we love simple holds. The artistic stuff sometimes doesn't work, and you know, some of the artistic stuff does work, some of it doesn't. This, you know, simple, pure, nice holds. Pad and a half on this guy. Pad, slightly in cut. There it is. Big open hand, maybe just a pad, and then you're getting all your skin on it, and then a pad on the other side. But they're really comfortable, even with, you know, like I'm saying, and I could be proved wrong, with the paint that I think has been splashed on top of these, they still have a pretty good texture that comes through. And then we've got the last 2. This guy, super nice looking hold. Pad going down to, well, sorry, 2 pads going down to a pad. 2 pads going down to a pad is very symmetrical. Really beautiful slope. 2 pads, just get on it, get your palm on the bottom and just crank. Really nice pinch. Slightly in cut one side, less in cut the other. This guy, last one out of the 5. Super, slightly skewed one way. You're looking at 2 pads. Pad, really nice little flat edge. It's actually going to be beautiful that way up, just getting on top of it. And then you've got this really beautiful pinch. So these are the currency pinches, and then we have the coefficient. Actually, about as big as the logo on my t-shirt. It's actually a pretty big hold, and it's not super heavy. It's actually, if you can hear that, technically a closed cell volume, which the Europeans do an awful lot. But this is a closed cell, as in the back's full, but the inside has, there's some proprietary technology with this hold, which, you know, I'm not fully aware of. But for its size, if this was full urethane, it'd be super heavy. Hollow backed, unless you put the bracing in it, it'd be much lighter, but you could possibly break it pretty easily. But this, it sounds like it's hollow, but I'm pretty sure there's some stuffer in here somewhere. I don't want to break it to find out, but I'm pretty sure there's something in here. Nice, flat back hold, and it's pretty big. Up this way, super huge pinch. And you're looking at full palm, slope. Pretty good pinch again. Pretty good edge again. Not such a good pinch, and this is actually where you get your hand on it. You can tell where the paint's on it. This bit here has way less texture than this part here, which is a kind of a shame. Super nice. And then you've got a really kind of crappy pinch, but a really nice open hand, super nice radius all the way round on this guy. It's actually a really nice big blocked hold. It's, you know, again, little Redpoint logo. No set screw hold, which is kind of a shame, because something like that, when you've got it up and people are standing on it, it is going to spin on you, but only time will tell. If you can really get it cranked onto the wall, it won't spin, it'll be perfectly fine, and you'll be all good. So we'll see how it goes. But Redpoint climbing holds, out of the gate, very small company, Canadian, which is always good to see, and it's nice to see Canadian companies coming into the market. $10 a hold, okay, that's a bit expensive. These are 55, and that big guy, the coefficient, is 55 as well, which is a fairly reasonable price. We'll get them on the wall, we'll see how they go. Hopefully they're going to be bloody awesome. and we'll kick it from there. Peace.
Jump. Jump, jump, jump.
That's actually really